And in this assignment, you're required to make an animated drawing out from a cartoon outline drawing download from the web. And actually, if you use Google and in the search box, just input cartoon outline drawing, and then Google will return a lot of cartoon outline drawing. And suppose we are now in Google, and we can just input outline cartoon drawing. And if you input cartoon drawing, if you Google will return some colorful images. But in this assignment, we just use some outline drawings, and then you can click search button, and you can just select anyone you like most. For example, let's choose this. Let's choose this frog. We can just simply click on it, and then if you want to copy this image to Flash, we simply right-click the image in a Google browser, and then select Copy Images. Now we can return to Flash. We can just start a new Flash file. We can choose this one, Flash file ActionScript 2.0. And then we have a new Flash document. And since we have already copied the image in Windows, we can simply right-click at the stage and then select Paste. And now you can see that your image can be displayed in the stage of Flash. And there is one more thing to note in copying the image. You should select an image which is not too large. Let's say it should be best less than 1000 times 1000 pixels. Otherwise, Flash cannot handle it very effectively. And now what? Can we make some colors, add some colors to this image by using those paintbrush tool? For example, this paintbrush, paint bucket. And in fact, you cannot do this at this moment because actually this image is copied or downloaded from the internet, and it is in a format so-called bitmap graphics format. And in fact, Flash cannot just directly, we cannot just direct edit bitmap graphics in Flash. We have to transform or trace the bitmap to another format, which is what we call the vector graphics format. We can do many things with vector graphics in Flash, but not this type of bitmap graphics. And the process is called trace bitmap. We do the conversion by using the command called trace bitmap. And after we trace the bitmap, it will be converted to vector graphics, and then we can do anything on the vector graphics. Oh, sorry, there's a typing mistake in this vector graphics. It should be graphics. And now we can just start trying out our trace bitmap function. Just select this image, and from the menu bar, select Modify Bitmap Trace Bitmap. Modify Bitmap Trace Bitmap. And there are several options. For the color threshold, for black and white images, we can simply select 100. And for color images, by setting different color threshold, we will arrive at different image effect. And for this minimum area, we will try out this later. By setting different minimum area, we will arrive at different outline effects after this trace bitmap command. And for curve fit and the corner threshold, just select normal. And let's try out this one, setting 1 pixel as the minimum area, and click OK. And we can see that by enlarging this image, the outline is a bit ugly. It is in the form of a zigzag form with a line. and this is not quite satisfactory. And we can simply redo it, undo trace bitmap, and redo it by setting this to a larger value. Let's say setting 4 pixels for the minimum area, and then we trace it again. And now we can see that the outline becomes smoother. The outline becomes smoother. And what if we try again? Undo it, and then apply trace bitmap, setting it to 8 pixels. And by enlarging it again, the outline improves again. And now, since we have applied the trace bitmap function, the image changed from bitmap graphics to vector graphics, and now we can do anything on it by simply changing the colors of the fields. And in vector graphics, we call this a field. For example, if you select this mouth part, you can see all these small dots appear in this part of the image. We call this a field, F-I-L-L, field. And we can change the color of this field, this field to any color. For example, you can change this to the yellow color, and now this part become yellow. And again, we can apply this paint bucket tool. You can change this to a green color. And actually, there is a field around this image outline, around the border of this image. Since this is a bitmap, it should be in rectangular format. And in fact, this field can be removed by pressing the delete button. You can simply press the delete key to remove this field. And the effect is quite obvious because we can change the background color of the document to see this effect. Let's say, for example, we select modify from the menu bar and then select document. We can change the background color to be blue and then click OK. And actually you can see this field covering up a rectangular area. And if you press the delete key, you can see that the flock image merged nicely with the background color. And now we can just continue to change the color of the fields of the image. For example, let's say we change this to green, 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 and it should have let's say some red eyes, red eyes. And for the detail parts, we can simply zoom in or enlarge the image. We can just zoom in, and it should have a green tones. This is green. Oh, sorry. Green. Okay, now we have a completed colorful version of this vlog download from the web, and we have already converted to a vector graphics. And the final step will be convert it to a symbol. A symbol is simply a reusable object in Flash. It can be a movie, a button, or simply a picture. We have to convert it to a symbol. And now first we have to select the complete flock. We can just simply click and drag, and all these text should not be included in the symbol. Again select the complete flock, And either we can right click and then select convert to symbol from the menu, or you can just select modify convert to symbol, or you can simply use the F function 8 key, F bar, convert to symbol. And remember, in Flash, after you have select a certain part of the image, some very small black dots or white dots will appear in the image, and therefore we simply select modify convert to symbol. And actually we have three types of symbol in Flash. It can be a movie clip. This is something which can move in Flash. A button is something you can click on, and then you can apply some action on this button. And for graphic, it is simply an image which cannot move. But up to this moment, we simply select movie clip, and we can give this symbol a meaningful name, such as a frog, and you can click OK, and you will see that there is a light blue line. A light blue line appeared around this symbol. And actually, if you choose Window and then select Library, this is the library of your Flash movie, and you can see the original bitmap you have copied in this Flash movie, and you have a new symbol called the frog. This is your symbol, frog symbol. And after we have converted this to a symbol, we can do anything on it, apply all kinds of action to it. For example, we can resize, right click and then select free transform. We can resize the frog. And if we want to apply some action on it, for example, we can simply just add a keyframe at frame number 7. Right click and then select insert keyframe, and now we can move this block. Insert another keyframe, and then this will move at frame 30. Insert another keyframe. And remember, in Flash, a keyframe simply means a frame where there is a change in that frame. And now you can play the movie. And now the frog, it appears that it can move. And if you insert more keyframe to it, then it will have more movement. And so you can now save your Flash document. Now this is your Flash document, CS4. But this FLA file should not be uploaded to a Moodle as your homework, because it cannot be played directly on the web. So this FLA file is simply for your further editing purposes. For example, you can enter frog here, FROG. And to upload your homework, you have to select File, Export, Export Movie. And this will be in the SWF movie, SWF file, shockwave file. And in fact, if you export this movie, you can change this to some other format too, such as Windows AVI QuickTime Movie. And there are quite a number of choices for you to export a Flash document. So we can use FLOG, FLOG again, and then click Save. And if you check out this shockwave file, SWF file, and in fact in Windows you can simply just double click it, and then it can be played directly. Because in Windows, if you have installed Flash, there is another program called the Adobe Flash Player, which is mainly used for playing a Flash movie, playing a SWF file. And you can simply upload this file to a Moodle as your homework.